Alright, so I was just taking apart this MP3 player. Just beware of stuff, alright? Because this is the headphone jack here. Literally, when I unscrewed this front piece, the headphone jack, which is soldered into the board, just came right out. Literally. Yeah, it just popped right out. So it basically was loose. And, it was already not making a connection properly, and then I was just wiggling it around, and I guess it got worse. But yeah, this is what it is here. This thing is busted, basically. It's a very cheap MP3 player, and it's only like 15 bucks, but this was called Pro HT. And, you know, I just wanted to have an MP3 player. The funny thing is, even though the jack is not in, they're still going to try to play it. Look at that. Still trying to play it. Well, nothing. You're not going to hear anything. Because the jack is out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, it did have an equalizer and everything, but you can't even read this. So small. I mean, it can't even make a decent MP3 player. You're pretty much stuck with using your phone. You know, if you want an MP3 player, forget it. You know, they're all junk. All the new ones are junk. It's probably some Chinese junk MP3 player with no name on it. This is kind of like reminding me of Big C Live. It takes apart stuff. Oddly enough, this thing is metal. This outside is metal. It's not plastic, but the insides, the jack, it's just a piece of junk. So this is pretty much what it looks like on the inside after finally trying to get it apart. Very basic. Very cheaply made. Look at how flimsy this board is. Yeah, this board is... The jack was right over here, but... No, it was down here. You see what happened? It came out. This is where... Actually just literally came out of that spot there. So, very poor soldering dart, but it's not surprising considering how flimsy this board is. I mean, literally, look at it. I can bend it with my own hands. It's not like I'm the strongest person on earth, you know. So, yeah, it's a piece of junk. You know, I thought Micro Center sold decent stuff, even if it was cheap, but this is just garbage. And it's too bad, because it actually didn't sound half bad, and the battery life was pretty decent, although being very basic. I mean, this is the battery right here. But other than that, I guess this is gonna be a Pro HT junk MP3 player. It's gonna go in the trash. I definitely won't be getting another one of these, that's for sure. I know it was only $15, but man, you know, it should last longer than when did I get it? It's last longer than, like, it's only gotten about 6 months, 5 months out of this thing. So, yeah. If you can't even make a year, it's junk. I don't care how cheap it is. That's it. It's still playing. I managed to get it to work. Unbelievable. Oh, man. What a piece of junk, huh? Well, that's it. Beware what you get. Especially if it's made in China. I know everything is made in China nowadays, but this is just... This is it. This is the whole thing right here. And no wonder why the board broke. This board is so thin I could just break it with my own hands. I mean, this board is just ridiculous. It's so thin. This board is so thin. It's like I just bend it. So over time, that's probably what happened. It probably just got bent. It's actually on right now. It's still on. There it is. It's still on. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Really is. Really is. Now I gotta dispose of this. That's it for this video. That's all there is to it. Unbelievable. They make things like crap nowadays. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I put this in a pot of water and it's still working. It's like the screen is on. We might as well have a little fun with this thing. This thing is underwater right now and it's still like working a little bit. How could that be? I don't normally make videos like this, but this is kind of fun. You know, I know a lot of other people do this, but it's just unbelievable that this thing is still working and it's been underwater. The screen is still working. Look at this. It's just stuck on Pro HT. We're trying to kill this thing, basically. But it doesn't want to go. It's still working. I mean, it's not working. The screen is just stuck on that. But the fact that there's still energy going into that thing while it's underwater is crazy. I mean, it's in water. How is that possible? So now we got a blank screen on here. It's still, this thing's still working. How is this thing still working? Come on already. This thing's been submerged in water. How is this thing still working? The thing about Chinese, this junk, this cheap junk, it's like, it's so cheap and so basic that it's hard to break. I mean, to have it completely just... Look at this. It's still working. Obviously no response from the buttons, but I mean, the fact that this is still working is just insane. How can electronics work underwater? I mean, yeah, I know I've seen things like purified water and stuff, but this is just tap water. And sure, it's damaged, it's not working properly. The fact that it's still getting power is just crazy. You wouldn't expect anything to get power when it's soaking wet. How is that possible? Look. Look, I got the water running right on it. How is that possible? Piece of junk mp3 player won't die completely. Look at that. I just understand, I want to make sure that it's dead before I get rid of it. I don't want any electrical charge in this thing. I'm trying to make sure that it don't work no more. It won't turn on its own, but look, it's still working. How is this possible? It's still, I got the water on and it's still working. It's unbelievable. It's really crazy. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. How is that possible? I got cold water, maybe we'll try hot water. Now we have hot water, which is going to fog up the lens if I get too close. But you can see, it's still running. That's just unbelievable. How the screen is still running with hot water on it. We're going to try submerging it in hot water and see if that does anything. Well, so far, still on. The screen is still on. It's not displaying anything. No, it's still on. Unbelievable. I thought this would be simple. Yep, there it is. In a pot full of cold water. How are we going to get this thing not to work anymore? Well, it's dead now because I yanked the I yanked the cable, so yanked it off the battery. So it's the only way to really get rid of, put an end to this. So there you go. Pro HT cheapo MP3 player. Deconstruction and destruction. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.